So agencies, do you think you have any bad words in your contract? And I don't mean those bad words. I mean the legalistic, the lawyerly bad words that nobody likes to read and nobody likes to see in your contract. One of the purposes of a good contract is good communication. And so if your agency agreements are full of bloated and archaic terms, you're not communicating as well as you should. So take a look at your contract and see if you have any of these bad words. If you do, there's a good chance you can be communicating better. Whereas, common thing you see at the beginning of contracts, you don't need it. Here's one you sometimes see at the beginning of a contract: witnesseth, or at the end of the contract, in witness whereof. Modern contracts haven't needed witnesses in most instances for a long time. So if you see any of that, it can probably be improved. How about any sort of herein or therein pointing words? You don't need this sort of formality in your agreements. There's better ways to do it. You may not think this is a bad word, but in the event of, how about just say if? Much easier, much simpler. I see a lot of contracts that have execute and deliver. Execute, it sounds like some sort of sentence. How about just sign? Take a look at your contract and see if you have the words, parentheses, digits to express numbers. You don't need to write this way, even in a contract. Just use words, just use digits. I don't mind, just be consistent. Oh, here's an easy bad word to spot. Any Latin at all. You can probably remove it. Oh, here's an easy one. If your contract has any Latin at all, you can remove that. Some things are bad words just because they're redundant or repetitive. Expressions like right, title, and interest. You don't need to write this way. Just say all the rights or all the interests. How about another redundancy? Null and void? There's a better and simpler way to express that. Oh, here's one you see a lot. Full force and effect. How about just effect? Oh, I know one you'll probably see at the bottom of your contract. Indemnify, defend, and hold harmless. Indemnification is certainly a really important contractual provision, but there's ways to express it without using the word indemnify, and there's ways to clarify it without running those three words together. If you have the word inure with an I, or even worse, inure with an E anywhere in your contract, that's a bad word. Oh, here's one, workmanlike. In addition to archaic, it's also sexist. Why don't we just take it out and say competent? These are just a few bad words. I'm sure there's plenty more. Remember, the point of your contract is to communicate well. If you think about your contract as a document for communication, it'll help you identify and get rid of all these bad words. Hereinafter, thereof, thereafter, whereof, whereafter, herein before, hereunto, thereto, thereby, wherein, forthwith, aforesaid, aforementioned, thereafter, hereinafter,